Hi, PerspectaWeather.com meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Tuesday, December 31st. Well, it's looking like a brisk and moderately cold New Year's Eve and New Year's Day in the Mid-Atlantic region. There are lots of clouds around this morning and some patchy fog in the I-95 corridor region from D.C. to Philadelphia to New York City. But as colder, drier air moves in later today and especially overnight tonight, the winds will pick up, perhaps gusting up to 25 or 30 miles per hour or so late today, tonight, and during the day on Wednesday out of the west to northwest. It will become moderately cold. Again, overnight tonight, temperatures could drop into moderately cold levels down to near 30 degrees by tomorrow morning in the immediate I-95 corridor region and hold to near 40 degrees for highs tomorrow afternoon. Then on Thursday, high pressure takes over, but that high pressure will really just have a kind of a temporary impact on the region as another storm system moves into the northeastern part of the nation for the end of the work week. It looks like a warm front could cause periods of rain on Friday in D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, and then a cold front could cause some more shower activity as we begin the upcoming weekend. Then another colder air mass arrives for Sunday and Monday of next week. Let's take a look at the current surface map. There's kind of a couple of stages to get into this colder, drier air mass that is headed to the Mid-Atlantic region. First of all, one cold front has already slipped on through and is off the east coast. However, still cloudy skies this morning, lots of low-level moisture that has to be pushed on out of here, and that will happen when this trough of low pressure showing up right here across the middle part of Pennsylvania, that kind of comes through over the next few hours, and it'll become noticeable because the skies will tend to clear this afternoon with partial sunshine returning to the I-95 corridor region, and the winds will pick up. They're rather calm right now. They'll pick up in intensity, maybe gusting up to 25 miles per hour or so by later this afternoon out of the west to northwest. And yet another trough of low pressure across the Great Lakes also will move to the south and east over the next 6 to 12 hours or so. By tonight, it'll be brisk and cold. Again, moderate cold for this time of the year. Same thing goes on for Wednesday, New Year's Day. Brisk conditions, cold, high temperatures, not far from 40 degrees in D.C., Philadelphia, and New York City. Well, in terms of precipitation, not much going on around the Mid-Atlantic region right now. Again, there is some patchy fog, especially south of the Pennsylvania-Maryland border, north and west of the D.C. metro region. Maybe even some drizzle, some mist in that vicinity as well. Could be a shower associated with that trough of low pressure that is about to swing into the I-95 corridor region. It is, in fact, that trough of low pressure that pushes on through and actually kind of cleans the low level of the atmosphere. We'll get some sunshine this afternoon, and the winds again will pick up in intensity, become quite noticeable by late today with a west-northwest wind out of up to 25 miles per hour or so. All of this over the eastern Great Lakes in the form of snow. That's where the colder air is coming from for the Mid-Atlantic region. Again, low temperatures tonight, down near 30 degrees in many areas, and holding to near 40 degrees for afternoon highs on Wednesday in the I-95 corridor region. Well, let's walk through the surface forecast maps from last night's zero-Z operational run of the GFS model. A couple things we'll have to watch out for over the next several days. First of all, low pressure this morning over the Great Lakes. A couple different waves of low pressure, troughs of low pressure will move through from the northwest to the southeast over the next 6 to 12 hours or so. And again, the winds will pick up in intensity later today, and it'll remain brisk and moderately cold tonight and tomorrow in the Mid-Atlantic region as we usher in the new year. Then as we get to the day on Thursday, this high pressure system that starts off in the southeastern U.S. moves towards the Mid-Atlantic region for Thursday. But notice already by this time a lot of moisture starting to gather together over the south-central U.S. and indeed it looks like a warm frontal system will slide up from the southwest to the northeast for the day on Friday, causing some periods of rain, probably beginning late Thursday night in the I-95 corridor region, at least down across D.C., maybe even into Philadelphia itself. And then some periods of rain, a chilly day on Friday as a warm frontal system tries to move from the southwest to the northeast. It's not the end of the story. We may get a break in the action for a little while, but then low pressure to the west, kind of combining with another frontal system to cause some more showers on Saturday as we begin the weekend. Then that finally swings on through and we get a colder air mass that will arrive in the Mid-Atlantic region for Sunday and Monday of next week. Now, one other thing to watch for at this time as we progress into next week, there will be a clipper type of system that we'll have to monitor over the northern plains come Sunday night. That could, it's not out of the question that it throws some snow as far south and east as the I-95 corridor region, let's say around Monday of next week. So that clipper system is something we'll watch for during the early part of next week. Well, let's wrap up this video and the year, for that matter, with one other thing we'll look for over the next few weeks. This is a forecast map out 10 days of the temperature pattern way up in the atmosphere, in stratospheric level, 10 millibars. And this is something we look for this time of the year for potential stratospheric warming events. Often result in colder air outbreaks for the central and eastern U.S. And this is indeed a forecast 10 days out, around January 9th or 10th or so. And what we're looking at, the U.S. is down in this area right here, and the North Pole is right in this region right now. Typically you have a kind of a polar vortex sitting over the pole this time of the year, but notice this large area of warmer than normal temperatures. That's a stratospheric warming event. It looks like it will take shape over the next 7 to 14 days or so, with a stratospheric warming first developing near the North Pole. That in turn could cause a cool down in the troposphere in that part of the world, and ultimately that could lead to some cold air outbreaks into the central and eastern U.S. as we progress through the month of January. So we definitely have some cold air outbreaks coming our way. One moderately cold air mass will arrive for tonight and tomorrow. Another cold shot arrives for the Sunday-Monday time period, and there's another cold air outbreak beyond that as we progress into the middle part of the month of January. So a lot going on in the world of weather, and that's it for now. For PerspectaWeather.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian.